There are so many different trees in here. It's like a zoo for plants. There's so much life in here. Those flowers are beautiful. The water is teeming with fish. I think that's carp. There are all kinds of birds in here. Everything is so colourful. This is such a beautiful garden.
What? Stop. Stop. Don't come any closer. How did you get here? Who are you? You're not supposed to be up here. This floor's restricted. Leave. Now!
I'm sorry. I didn't know there was anyone here. I'll leave right away.
Go and don't speak a word of this too. Wait. Wait. I know you. You're that girl, the one from Casablanca. The one who was with that awful reporter.
I don't know what you're talking about. I work in maintenance. I'm sorry, I took the wrong elevator. I didn't know this was a restricted area.
If you really worked here, you'd know that. You're lying. Can see right through you. You're sweating and your heart's beating too fast.
No, this is my first day. I really didn't know this was a restricted area.
I recognize you, that pretty little face, those big brown eyes. I recognize your scent and your voice.
My scent?
You don't know how blind you really are until you can recognize a person by his or her scent. I smelled you in that reporter's apartment. Outside too, when you left. You followed him here. Why did you do that? Is it love?
How could you... Oh, the cat. I knew there was something about that cat.
My pets are everywhere. You can't escape them. I may be blind and deaf, but I see and hear everything. No, don't come any closer. I'm warning you.
Why are you so afraid?
Security will be here in a few seconds.
So why aren't they here already? Do they even know about this place? I think you're bluffing. I don't think anyone's coming. I think you're alone up here. The security systems are affected by the static, isn't that right? That's why you didn't see me coming. Or maybe it's not the static. Maybe the little girl did it. After all, she sent me up here. Why would she do that? Who are you?
What little girl? Are you and her working together? What are you doing to me? You're taking away my senses.
Yes, I'm working with her, and we can do a lot worse than taking your senses away. Tell me what you know about Reza.
Reza? The reporter? The one who calls himself Jericho, the pompous shit. If you seek to destroy what I've spent my life creating, you'd better come prepared. Your friend, he was not prepared. When he hooked himself up to the dreamer, I saw him. All of him. And I fed on him. You were in there, in his head, in his dreams. All of you. Naked, writhing, alive, sweating. mooning. I enjoyed that. It made me hard.
Where is he? What have you done to him, you monster?
He's in a very dark place. His dreams are gone, I took them. But why can't I take yours? What makes you so special?
Special? What do you mean?
My pets put you into dreamland, but I couldn't enter you. Your dreams were closed to me. It's never happened before. That makes you very, very special. Your friend, on the other hand, the one who loved you, the one who made love to you, he wasn't so special, he was like the others.
What do you know about the little girl?
You tell me. You brought her here, didn't you? You walked into my home and you brought death with you. You blinded me. She's a disease, infecting my web, my eyes, my ears, my senses. She must be destroyed. Just like your reporter friend. He went slowly, shrieking, bleeding, crying your name.
No. You're lying. Reza's not dead. He can't be, that's impossible. You piece of shit. Tell me where Reza is, now.
No! If you come closer, I'll have you destroyed. I'll have you torn to pieces, bit by bit. I don't want to destroy you. I want to learn from you.
What?
You're different from the others. And you're connected to that fucking girl, the one who's destroying my web. You will stay, and I will study you.
Is that so? What's gonna stop me from ripping those cables from your body right now? Will you survive that? You monster?
Don't you dare! Oh, finally. My most treasured pets are here. They'll take good care of you, I promise. You'll stay here with me, Zoe, and together we will explore that mind of yours. Your thoughts and dreams will open up to me like a book, and I will read them all. I will find out who you are. I'll find out what you're doing to me.
You're not getting me. And I'll be back for you, I promise.
Do you know who I am? Do you? I created this place. I created this company. I am this company. I see everything. I know everything. I know that you're working with that horrible diseased child. Her infection spreads across my web like weed in a garden. My beautiful garden. She makes me blind again. Deaf. Lost. Trapped in the dark. I won't let that happen again. I'm not going back into the darkness. Never. 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 Take her. Now. Now. Don't let her escape.
The twins are right behind me. I might be able to use this broomstick to block the door. That should hold them off for a few moments, but I don't have much time. That maintenance bot is working on the wall. It might be able to carry me down to the street, but it'd be a real leap of faith. It's a long way down. I don't have much time. I need to make up my mind.
Who's this?
Damien? It's Zoe.
Zoe, thank God. I'm so relieved to hear your voice. Are you okay? Where are you?
I'm outside the walls, in an alley. I can't see any signs.
Just a moment. I'll pull you up on my, Actually, I'm not receiving any signal here. You're a ghost.
What? Oh, my friend Liv. She installed some kind of shield for my mobile. She said it makes me invisible.
It's amazingly effective. Top grade stuff. I really need to meet this friend of yours.
I think she'd like you. Look, I want to get as far away from this place as possible.
You can crash at my place tonight. There's not a lot of space, but you'll be safe there.
Thanks. That sounds perfect. I could definitely use a shower and a change of clothes.
I'll try and guide you to a place where we can meet. The first thing you need to do is find the boardwalk.
It does sound as though the Azadi have plans with this tower, April, but I cannot see what that would be. They claim to shun magic, even though this technology of theirs relies on it. Maybe the tower is such a device, a magical machine.
Maybe it's a weapon. I got the sense that it was very important that they make their deadline.
From what little I know of the Azadi, they have never previously built such a thing, but it is possible. They have powerful thaumaturgists, these Westlanders, and I suspect that their hostility to magic comes from their wish to control it, and their fear that others may know more about magic than they do. As for this place you discovered deep below us, this chamber of dreams.
I'm not sure that's the right word, but I don't know how else to describe it. I could hear the voices of thousands of people around me. I'm sure it's connected to the tower. The chamber appears to be located right below it, and the man I followed from the tower led me there.
This worries me, April. Dreams are powerful things. Combined with this Azadi machine, if that is what it is, it could have serious consequences. I shall send word to my blood sister in Irhad. She has connections in the strangest of places. Maybe she knows more. I would also have liked to see this chamber with my own eyes. Perhaps then I would understand more.
I tried going back through, but the rock's solid. There's half a mile of mountain between us and the caves. Without the portal, there's no way down there.
I will look at the wall in the cellar where you said the portal opened up. Perhaps I can learn how this musical magic works. I must say that I am intrigued. It reminds me a great deal of Banda magic. They sing to the earth to dig their tunnels. The Banda songs do not work on rock, but the magic could still be related.
Keep this under wraps, Naane. Don't let anyone get wind of what you're doing, not even Benrime. We don't know what we're dealing with yet.
Of course. I shall be cautious. Perhaps this is the opportunity we have been praying for, if we do not soon find a weakness in the Azadi front.
I don't see how we're going to win this war. Weakness or no weakness, there are too many of them.
If you give up hope, April, then there is none left. We are already dwindling in numbers, and the enemy gains support by the day. Without your guidance and courage, we will lose many more. The Azadi may be too strong to defeat with force, but there are surely alternatives. If the stars shine on us, this new information could well lead us down a new path to victory.
Maybe you're right. People depend on us. On me. And I'm sure there's still hope. There has to be. If that tower is as important as I suspect it is, we have a new target. I'll talk to some contacts, see what they know and what they've heard. Tell Bren and Chuan to get the remaining supplies on their own. They'll need to leave tomorrow evening as planned. We can't afford any delays.
Will you not go with them?
I haven't decided yet. It depends on what information I manage to dig up. If I get a lead, I'll have to follow it.
So be it. I may wait for you, but I will leave a message with Benrime if I, too, set course for home. May the stars guide you, April. We will see each other again soon.
Benrime?
So, child, did you find that person you were looking for last evening?
What? Oh, no, No.
What's the matter? You seem distracted.
I'm okay, Benrime.
All right. Well, the day's getting on. If there's anything you need, come see me.
Actually, Benrime, there is something. I'm confused.
About what, child?
I'm not sure what to do, and I would appreciate your advice.
I see. Well, child, I'll do the best I can, though I'm no wise woman. What's wrong?
I think something's going on, something potentially bad. Something involving the balance between the twin worlds.
Ah, does this have anything to do with that nice young woman from Stark? Zoe, was it?
It may. It does, but I can't tell you all the details. I don't even understand what's going on. I'm just worried that I might be involved somehow.
I see, and you would prefer not to be involved.
I've done my share for the balance, and I have more pressing concerns. People depend on me.
Yes, they do, but that is no excuse.
I'm not looking for excuses. I'm looking for answers. I need to know what I'm supposed to do this time.
Such answers aren't always easy to come by, April. Often we have to rely on faith alone to carry us through. Still, I understand that you want something more concrete than that, April. Very well. Here's my advice. You must speak with the guardian of the balance.
I've thought the same thing, but it's impossible. I can't shift anymore, and even if I could, the guardian's realm is closed to me.
Maybe so, and maybe not. There is someone out there who might be able to help you.
Who?
An old friend of yours. The White of the Draic Kin. The White Dragon.
You're right. If anyone can help me contact the Guardian, it's her. But I don't know where she is. She vanished just after she was born.
You are April Ryan. I'm certain that someone in this city can help you locate her. Have faith in yourself, and in the balance.
I had faith once, Benrime. Look where it got me. What's left of the person I used to be?
I still see the same girl who walked through that door a decade past.
I'm not her anymore. I don't even remember what she was like. Now I'm just...
Well, I'll be damned. April bloody Ryan. I can't believe it.
Who? Brian? Brian Westhouse?
The very same. God damn, I can't believe it's you. How the hell are you?
I thought you were dead. What happened to you?
I guess I should have been dead. When the tyrant invaded Mercuria, I was a drunken mess. It took me a few days to realize what was happening. I got out, and after it was all over, well, I was already walking, and I figured I might as well keep walking, see the world beyond the city and the bottle. But what about you? I figured you were long gone, back in Stark or dead.
Same as you. I've been traveling.
You've certainly changed. I guess we both have. 10 years is a long time.
How did you manage to escape the tyrant?
Blind luck. First off, stupid critters didn't find my house, and a couple of days later, a dinghy passed by and I was spotted. The captain gave me passage all the way to Coruscant. From there on out, I hitched a ride. Why do I have this feeling you're interrogating me?
Because I am. I have to be careful, and bumping into you like this... It's easy to get paranoid and to be suspicious of coincidences. I don't believe in them.
I used to think that fate and destiny was a load of hogwash. But I know better now. There's a reason we met today, April Ryan. But I don't think you have anything to worry about. If I'm here for a reason, it's to help you.
So what are you doing at the Journeyman?
Just revisiting old haunts. And hoping to score a cup of Benrime's mulled wine, of course. How about yourself?
Same thing. I'm in the city for only a few days.
Well, even more fortuitous that we bumped into each other then.
So you've been traveling for the past decade?
I have, and I intend to keep traveling for the next decade or two, as long as I have my health. This world is fascinating.
You look so much better since the last time I met you. Younger, healthier, happier.
I do feel fantastic. I was bitter and angry back then, angry at myself at being stuck in this world. Now I don't see Arcadia as a prison anymore. I see it as an opportunity to grow and learn and experience. I'd forgotten why I crossed the divide in the first place. I wanted to go where few had gone, where there were still untrodden paths. Losing my home, being forced to run, it was certainly an awakening, and one I sorely needed.
Speaking of coincidences, maybe you can help me with something.
Absolutely. What do you need?
There's something going on, something that may be affecting both worlds.
Why, Ms. Ryan, you seem to get drawn into these things every time. Can you be any more specific?
It's more a feeling than anything else, so I need to confirm my suspicions. Or, preferably, disprove them. I need to speak with the Guardian.
Who better to tell you if anything's happening with the balance? So, why not just shift there?
I can't. I've lost the power to shift. But it was never that easy to get to the Guardian's realm in the first place. So to find the Guardian, I need a little help from someone else. The White Dragon.
Oh, yes. I'd imagine she could give you some pointers.
The problem is I don't know where to find her. She could be anywhere.
Not so. I may know where to find her. I met a fellow traveler, a Dolmari from the Rose Court, actually, on a ship from Gien to Irhad not long ago. He told me he'd been to the Dark People's Library. Not many people are allowed there, and it was a great privilege. While he was there, however, he said that he was introduced to a pale, white-haired woman who introduced herself as the White of the Draic Kin. Now, I don't know if she's still there or how you'll get to the Dark People's City, but it should at least get you on the right path.
It does. Thank you, Brian. This is very helpful. It was good seeing you again. Are you staying long?
Another week, perhaps. Enough time to visit friends and to pick up some things that I can't get elsewhere in this world. Then it's off to sea again. I've been thinking about heading east, perhaps convincing a whale rider to take me along on a hunt.
Sounds exciting. Take care, Brian.
And you, Ms. Ryan? April. Now, I have business with the innkeeper. So, how about it, Benrime? Do you have a cup or four of your mulled wine to spare for an old drunkard?
As I remember at Westhouse, you still owe me money on your tab from before the war.
My God, you have the memory of a stickman. Ms. Selman, I've honestly missed this place. Hell, you're probably right. I owed a lot of people money back then. Seeing as I'm still a bit short on cash, you'll have to add this to my tab. But I'm coming into some gold tomorrow. Old debts repaid, so I'll settle it then.
That'll be the day the Azadi decide to just up and leave. Money first. Mulled wine after.
You're a tough woman, and I respect that. I have to tell you about this tavern I visited in a town near Altaban. Which turned out to be fermented pig's blood. He couldn't stand up straight for 3 days.
Southlanders. So you have visited Altaban and Mount Terba?
I've been further south still, to the Capes and beyond. I tell you, if you think the winter here is harsh, you should count your lucky stars. There are lands beyond the South Sea that are frozen through both winter and summer. The sun is as cold as the moon down there.
Well, I do not intend to leave Marcuria. There's enough foreigners here, no need to travel for months to find more of them. You have seen their empire?
I have indeed. They will let anyone enter and stay in their lands just as long as you respect their customs and as long as you're human, of course.
What is it like? Do they treat their own people as harshly as they do ours?
I wouldn't know what the Azadi are like here in Mercuria, but in Sadir they were reserved but friendly, and as a man I had less freedom than a woman. Still, I encountered no animosity. People took me in, fed me, told me about their history and religion. I learned a lot. Whatever the Azadi have done here, they are not cruel or evil. They do put a lot of faith in their goddess and their empresses, yes, but it's heartfelt.
Heartfelt, I'm sure. And they can have their empire. But what gave them the right to come here and impose themselves on us? I'm sure you will find the white of the kin. You are April Ryan, after all.
Thanks for letting us stay here. I know you're taking a big risk by doing that.
I accepted that risk a long time ago, April. I could not simply stand idly by and let the Azadi terrorize my friends and customers. This is my small way of helping the rebels. I'm more useful here than I would be with a sword. I just hope that my contribution will have some effect, and that one day our city and peoples will be free again.
You should come east with us, Benrime. You'll be safe there, and your skills are needed.
They are needed here, too. And I do not want to abandon my inn or my customers. Also, fewer and fewer are willing to deal with non-humans. If I leave, who leaves next? Soon the city will not only belong to the enemy, it will be populated by the Azadi alone. What then of Old Town and its inhabitants? If no one's left to speak up, I fear the Azadi will simply burn it to the ground, together with everyone inside. So no, April. I need to stay here. This is where I'm needed the most.
I hope Bryn hasn't caused any trouble for you. He's a bit hot-headed.
Bryn is a lovely boy. He's been courteous and sweet. He absolutely adores you, April. I hope you realize how much you mean to him.
I saved his life. Or at least I gave him one. He was orphaned and there was no one to look after him.
You did a good thing. But when you save someone's life, especially a child's life, you are also taking responsibility for that life. You may not care much for your own life anymore, April. But for his sake, you need to take care. You need to find something to live for again.
I have something to live for. Revenge.
Revenge is not enough. And it's just another excuse. So the Azadi have murdered friends and loved ones. For that they must pay. But that is not something to live for, April. Nor is it something to die for. What happens when the enemy is banished? What then?
There's no point thinking that far ahead. Have you spoken to Chuan about the charms?
I did. And they've already been loaded onto the ship. I believe there were 50 of them, enough to get you through the winter. Chuan seems to have changed this past year. There's less anger in him. He seems more concerned with delivering the supplies than murdering Azadi.
I think he's found some peace in the swamplands. And there's a woman, Ayela.
Ah, I see. It is time he left his past behind, to mourn so many for so long.
If anyone has the right to stay angry, it's him. The Azadi took everything from him, killed everyone he loved, enslaved him, and forced him to join their army.
And yet he decides to leave his anger behind and forge a new life for himself. Maybe you have something to learn from him, April.
I'm not him, Benrime. We all find peace in different ways.
And some not at all.
What do you make of Naane? She's not been with us long, but she has proven to be an invaluable asset.
An asset? Is this what you call your compatriots? I have not spoken with her much, but she is a skilled artisan. Her magic is strong.
I think she wants to ensure that the Azadi don't proceed any further east. I believe her family holds a high position in the Irhad.
It would make sense for the Sun Empire to rally their armies now, to halt the expansion, but I think the Emperor still hopes for a peaceful solution.
The Six will never accept the hand of a Dolmari ruler. Does the Rose Court think that the Azadi will grant them exemption from their ban on magic? It's naive. And it's dangerous.
So it is. But all we can do is plead with them to see reason. If more Irhadians do what Nane has done, we might change the course of this war.
Heard any news lately, Ben Rime?
I hear the Azadi emissary is worried about rebel attacks on deliveries from the north. They still haven't finished construction on that dreadful tower of theirs. I understand that their empresses, the Six, are arriving for the inauguration. It would probably be a bad blow to the emissary if the tower isn't finished by then.
Good. We'll do our best to ensure that the tower remains unfinished. Any other news I should know about?
Apparently, with so many soldiers tied up in skirmishes in the north and the east, there will be another contingent coming to the city soon. I've heard that it may contain several thousand soldiers. That would obviously make life more difficult for the rebels.
They're not used to the terrain, the woodlands, and the cold. They can send their whole empire for all I care. They will still fail.
I hope you're right, April. Still, it's never a good idea to tempt fate.
Have you heard any other news?
Nothing you do not already know, April.
I should be on my way.
Very well. Be careful, and may the balance be with you.
Ryan Westhouse, looking younger and healthier than he did 10 years ago.
I hope to see you again soon, Ms. Ryan. Best of luck to you.
Why are you talking to me? I don't know you. You're not City Watch, are you? I've never broken the law. Talking to strangers is bound to cause trouble. I just want to go about my business without rocking the boat.
Aside from Ben Rime, I don't know anyone in Marcuria anymore. Cold Stone Gate. That tunnel leads to the West City. The Azadi are keeping a tight rein on the traffic. They're afraid of terrorist actions. There are soldiers everywhere. The Azadi think that will protect them against terrorist threat? They're mistaken.
Move along, citizen.
The Azadi have brought their steam technology to Marcuria, and now everyone's installing these noisy machines. Balance knows what these things actually do. Sooner or later, Arcadia will end up looking like Stark. It's just a question of time. I don't know him.
What can steam technology do for you? The question you should be asking is, what can it do? And the answer is, nothing. Sadir is the most amazing city in the world. I've never been there, but I can just see it. Technology everywhere. Truly a city of tomorrow. Technology is the way of the future. One day, we'll have steam machines on wheels, transporting us where we want to go. Call me insane, but I know it to be true.
It's just a child.
I want to be a soldier when I grow up, with a uniform and everything. I don't understand how anyone could talk badly about the Azadi. I think the Azadi are brilliant.
I can't believe they destroyed the Sentinel Temple to build that abomination. That alone should have caused an uproar. But maybe people were getting fed up with the Sentinel. The tower is nearly finished. We need to keep the Azadi from completing it.
I just don't understand all this fuss about freedom and democracy. What's so different about Marcuria now that the Azadi run things? It smells the same to me. Are you married? My great-grandson runs a tailor shop on the west side. He doesn't know any girls, though he does have a number of young and handsome male friends.
She's a funny old girl. There are guards everywhere, I swear to God. The Azadi are paranoid, and with good reason.
Oh, I sure hope I get sent somewhere warmer during my next cycle. I'm freezing.
The tower will be finished soon, and I've heard that the Six are coming all the way from Sadir to attend the opening ceremonies. Hello, beautiful. Care to join me and my friends at the barracks tonight? I can promise you a good time.
Feel free to walk around and admire the tower, citizen, but only Trueborn can come inside.
There's never been a tower like this one anywhere in the world, not even in our holy city of Sadir.
I'm proud to be guarding this symbol of our infinite power and wisdom.
One day, Marcuria will be free of the Azadi. This Azadi technology is spreading like a weed. Soon there will be machines attached to every building in Marcuria. People are so easily seduced by new inventions, they don't stop to ask if they really need it. I think the Azadi have brought their technology here so that people will come to depend on it, and thus depend on the Azadi.
We've got spices! Mrs. Mullins, best there is!
I think he sells spices, even though I can't see any.
Why, hello there, Mum. What an absolutely wonderful day to be exploring the city. Now, you look like you need to spice up your life, eh? Get it? Eh? Spice? Life? Wonderful. I don't care whether my customers are Azadi, Dolmari, Northlanders, Southlanders, or anything in between. They're all welcome. Fantastic!
Last call for fresh fish today. Last call.
Reserve your spices for delivery tomorrow. Or next week.
The prices here are too steep. We do most of our business in Old Town.
God, the new administration has introduced so many taxes and fees, it's hard to make ends meet down here. Southgate Market is definitely not what it used to be. I'm lucky if I see a dozen customers before noon. The added expenses and lack of customers is ruining me. Soon I'll have to find another way to make money. We got toast. We got one toast left. We're almost out of toast.
I'm not looking to buy anything from her.
Rebel activity in the north has delayed deliveries, so I don't have much left to sell, I'm afraid. I don't care what people say. As long as the Azadi encourage fair trade, I'm happy. There was trouble in the ghetto again this morning. It's really affecting my business, because deliveries can't get through.
The Azadi will probably replace this well with one of their machines soon enough.
Reserve your spices for delivery tomorrow.
I'm thinking talking about moving back to the Southlands. For one, it's a lot warmer. There are soldiers everywhere. I don't honestly care about politics, but I'd like to be somewhere a little more laid back. I've lived in Malcuria for too long. I want to go back south, across the ocean. I'm tired of all the noise and the bad weather.
We got Torsk. We got one Torsk left. We're almost out of Torsk. We got Torsk. We got one Torsk left. We're almost out of Torsk.
Nothing much happens around here. Once in a while, a magical tries to leave the ghetto without permission, but that's about it. I'd actually prefer to go on a raid in the north rather than standing around here all day. I haven't killed anyone yet, but I definitely will. I mean, that's what us soldiers do, wasn't it? We kill the bad people.
Potions, herbs, curiously shaped cookies, everything a wizard, witch, or warlock may require, using only the finest organic ingredients, elguan bladders, rat tails, dung.
Wait, that man. He looks very familiar. Why am I thinking of moving stairways? Good God, Roper Clacks.
At your service, milady. What may I do for... Wait. I know you. Where do I know you from? April Ryan.
Oh, well...
How lovely to see you.
Say what?
It's been too long, my dear. Too long.
Yeah, I guess it's been long.
What have you been up to?
This and that.
How lovely. Me? I'm rehabilitated.
Rehabilitated? How so?
Being soundly walloped by you was the best thing that ever happened to me.
Really?
Oh, yes. It gave me perspective, time to think. When I finally escaped that confounding device, I joined WWWA. Wicked Witches and Warlocks Anonymous. It's a marvelous support group for wizarding professionals. Oh, it helped tremendously to find others who shared my affliction.
Affliction?
A desire for evil deeds and world domination, your basic EDWD syndrome.
I see. And now?
Cured! I'm free of my desire to conquer and control, and I'm happy to be a simple merchant and published author.
I guess that's a good thing.
It is. It is indeed. So, April Ryan, is there anything I can do to help repay what you did for me?
How did you get out of that calculator I trapped you in?
I had to learn advanced trigonometry. After that, it was as easy as multiplying the root of pi with the volume of my mathematical prison.
Oh, that sounds pretty complicated.
It took me 5 years, but I gained some important personal skills in the process. I even had time to write a book, so it was all for the best.
You said something about being an author?
I published one. I wrote my memoirs a few years ago. Farewell to My Wizarding Days by Roper F. Clax.
What's the F stand for?
Nothing. It just looked better on the cover. Anyway, as it turned out, the first and only print run had a slight problem. A small charm made its way onto page 108. When readers got to that page, the book, as misfortune would have it, exploded.
And you had nothing to do with that?
Me? Absolutely not. I've been acquitted of all charges, and every single lawsuit has been dismissed in the magical court. I'm quite innocent. It does mean, however, that only one copy of Farewell to My Wizarding Days by Roper F. Clax exists, and that would be mine. I've decharmed it, and page 108 is quite safe to read now, if you're interested.
Not really, no. I actually do need some help.
That's great! Anything to assist the woman who turned my life around.
I'm looking for a way to get to the city of the Dark People.
Visiting old friends, I take it? Your adventures are the stuff of legends, April Ryan. By the way, did you ever read that pamphlet they published? The one with the amusing drawings? April Rye Bread and the Rod of Joy?
Unfortunately, no.
Well, I'll never forget that illustration where the Dolmari lady takes the Rod of Joy and sticks it right...
Anyway, about the Dark People City.
Ah, yes. What do you plan on doing there?
I need to visit their library.
The library? Indeed. They are collectors, these Dark People. They collect all sorts of knowledge, arcane, forbidden knowledge. Anyway, as luck would have it, there's a shadow ship docked down in the harbor right now. I'm sure they'll let the famous April Ryan, I'm sure they will give you passage to their city.
That's perfect, thank you. How do I get to the Dark People's library again?
Oh, there's a shadow ship docked in Shady Quay. Be your charming self, and I'm sure they will give you passage to their city.
Thanks.
At your service, milady. If you ever need a potion or a charm, visit Roper's Spells and Philtres.
Roper Clax, my old nemesis. Rehabilitated, apparently. We'll see about that. Here in Old Town, you can still get herbs and potions that the Azadi have outlawed. They raid the market from time to time, but people are getting good at hiding their merchandise. Old Town's still the best place to go shopping. They have absolutely everything here, and the prices are very reasonable. He's Dolmari, and therefore he has to live inside the walls of the magic ghetto, or he'll be arrested.
Conditions in the ghetto aren't bad, all things considered. We got food and water, and there's medicine and herbs for everyone. What we don't have is freedom. They said they were moving us into the ghetto for our own protection. Protection from what? Every other day, the Azadi are raiding the ghetto, confiscating personal belongings and merchandise. It's harassment, plain and simple.
They've kept the blue flame burning here in Old Town for 1,000 years, apparently. It didn't even go out when the tyrant held the city. You don't see a lot of Zid in Marcuria these days. She's Zid.
Old Town's getting too crowded. It just wasn't built to house so many people. People here are still trying to live their lives the way they used to, but it's getting more and more difficult by the day. I know that some of my kind have disguised themselves in order to conduct business out in the city. I admire their courage.
Visit Roper's Spells and Philtres for premium quality.
There used to be thousands of Dolmari in Marcuria. Nowadays you'll only find them in Old Town, and there are few left. She's Dolmari.
What do the Azadi want from us? Why have they stuck us in here? We haven't done anything to them, and we can't help who we are. People here in Marcuria used to respect us, Dalmari. The times have certainly changed. We live in constant fear. Sooner or later, I'm sure they will arrest the lot of us and send us off to... I don't know.
He's Zed. There are fewer and fewer of them around these days. Most have left the city and gone east. He's a Zed.
Old Town's not a bad place to be. If only the Azadi would leave us be, like they promised they would. My friends have all left the city, but I'm staying. I'm not going back into the caves. I enjoy life in the big city too much to give that up. Personally, I have always been discriminated against. Actually, this is better, because now the other magicals see me as one of them.
The Dalmari have had it especially tough after the Azadi came, seeing how integrated they were in Marcurian society. If I were Dalmari, I'd fight back tooth and nail. I'd never let anyone stick me in a ghetto.
I'm only in town for a short visit. I will not stay long. I am better off back home. Too many believe that if we only give the Azadi time, they will leave us be. I do not. The Azadi will never leave us be. Our culture is dying in Mercuria. How can anyone stand living here?
You don't see a lot of humans in the ghetto these days. I wonder if he's an Azadi spy. He doesn't look like he belongs here.
The Dark People are amazing. They're collectors, and they have a great library containing every book ever written. I'd give my right arm and my left to see the fabled library of the Dark People, but they won't let me go with them to their city. Show me a man who reads, and I'll show you a man of reason. Deprive man of literature, and you deprive him of life.
Our ship. I'll be happy to see her go east with the supplies. Every hour she stays here, the chance of something going wrong increases. They're still loading the supplies. The captain. He looks a bit too relaxed, seeing as there are still supplies left to be loaded. How are things going?
Most of the supplies are on board. We're missing a few crates of grains and vegetables, a delivery of potions, and some other bits and pieces.
Good. Don't linger too long.
The paperwork's already being processed by the Azadi. Those fools. If only they knew what...
Shh! Not here. I don't think it's a good idea to tempt fate.
I didn't think you believed in that spiritual claptrap, Raven. Fate? Ha! We make our own destiny.
Still, better to be on the safe side. You don't foresee any problems, then?
Everything's in order. This ship's going to the islands. At least according to all the properly stamped and perfectly forged documents.
I'll rest easy only when you've reached safe harbor.
Don't fret. You'll rest easy soon enough. We're on schedule, Raven. We should be out of here soon, bound for the Bay of Fire.
A Samare. I thought they didn't like the ocean. Maybe she's curious. It's a shadow ship. A vessel belonging to the Dark People. They travel faster than any other seagoing vessel. It's one of the Dark People. A dark person. He's probably a shadow guide, the captain of that shadow ship. One of the Dark People. He's a shadow guide. I seek passage to your city. I wish to visit the library.
We are here to trade and to collect. We do not take on passengers.
A long time ago, I sailed on one of your ships, and I met one of your people. He called me a wave.
Not many of your kind would lay claim to such a title.
I'm not laying claim to anything. I'm just telling you what he told me.
If you were a wave, we would grant you passage. But all I see is a human.
I'd like to ask for passage again.
We do not take on passengers.
How can I prove that I'm what you call a wave?
It is not something you can prove. It is something you are. And you are not a wave.
Then why did one of your people tell me I was?
If you ever were a wave, it is no longer in you. I see only death in your eyes, human.
I'd like to ask for passage again.
We do not take on passengers.
I'm sure we can come to some sort of understanding.
We cannot. We do not take on passengers. Ever.
You did once. A long time ago, I was given passage on one of your ships.
Then you were fortunate. It does not happen very often.
I'd like to ask for passage again.
We do not take on passengers.
I'm desperate. I need to get to your city, to your library. I'm looking for someone.
There are no humans in the city. Rarely is anyone allowed to visit our forest.
Not a human. Someone else. The white of the Draic Kin.
I know of no such creature. You should look elsewhere.
I'd like to ask for passage again.
We do not take on passengers.
I'll pay you good money for passage.
We do not crave money, human.
Then what do you want?
We are here to find new additions to our library. Someday it will be complete, and we can sleep. Until then, we travel, and we collect.
I'd like to ask for passage again.
We do not take on passengers.
Do the Azadi know you're docked here? I would think they'd frown on your kind.
They do not concern us.
The right word in the right ear, and that could change. They might make it difficult for you to leave.
We do not need anyone's permission to leave. Our ship can conceal itself to your eyes. If we wish to be invisible, we can be. If we wish to be forgotten, we will be. Leave us, human. We are tired of your threats. You. I do not wish to speak with you. Your threats are tiresome. You do not concern me, human.
As long as I can stand up, I'll keep fighting these invaders.
Many Dolmari have fled east to Irhad. Some say they're building an army. I hope that's true.
Potions, herbs, curiously shaped cookies. April Ryan, what can I do for you?
I have a small problem with the Dark People. I went and insulted that shadow guide down in Shady Quay, and now he won't speak with me.
Touchy lot, those dark people. Easily insulted. Back when I was evil, I tried to trap one of them in stone. Not the best idea I've ever had. But they're usually quite pragmatic. All they care about is collecting rare books for that library of theirs. If you have something they want, I'm quite sure they will help you out. You're back. How may I assist you this time?
What did you say I should do to win over that shadow guide?
Well, I'm no expert on the dark people, but I do know that they collect rare books.
Would you be interested in parting with that book of yours?
Oh, I don't know. It's the last remaining copy, you know. All the other copies spontaneously combusted.
I'm aware of that, but I need something to get me passage on that shadow ship down in Shady Quay.
You believe my book would help with that?
Maybe. The dark people collect books, and yours is quite unique. Isn't that so?
It is. It is.
Wouldn't you consider it an honor to have your first published novel become a part of the greatest library in Arcadia?
I would indeed. Wait, I have it right here. I carry it with me always. There you go. Treat it with care. Don't let it get wet. Don't feed it red meat. And for the love of the balance, do not hold it upside down when there's a full moon. Oh, never again shall I glance upon the top 10 reasons why you should not build a flying castle on page 42 and smile knowingly.
But think about it. Thousands of people will get to enjoy your unique outlook on life. Your book will be part of something much, much greater.
You're right. Of course, you're right. Go on, take it away, or I shall become emotional, and when a wizard weeps, the whole world weeps with him. Ah, the humanity, the humanity. Potions, herbs, curiously shaped cookies.
You don't see a lot of Zid in the cities, and they're even fewer these days. They prefer to stay in the mountains. I don't know what drives the Zid to stay here, with the Azadi persecuting them.
The Azadi can do whatever they wish with me. I will never bow to their goddess. The Azadi won't be satisfied until all of Arcadia belongs to their empire. I will never surrender. I'd rather die than submit to the Azadi.
This is the only remaining copy of Klax's novel, and if I'm lucky, it won't blow up in my hands. This ought to buy me passage on that shadow ship, I hope. You collect books, isn't that right?
We collect all that is written and recorded. Books, scrolls, stones, crystals, history, poetry, journals, stories. From the first word to someday, the last. Until our collection is complete, we will continue to travel, to trade, and to collect.
I guess the last existing copy of a rare book would be pretty important to you.
It would be, unless we already possess it.
You don't. Not this one. Farewell to My Wizardin Days by Rupert F. Klax.
I will speak with my brothers at the library. This is a book we do not have. We need it for our library. Will you part with it?
For a price. I need to get to your city.
Show me the book, so that I can see for myself. Very well, human. This book is of value to us. We will grant you passage on our shadow ship.
Thank you. When do we leave?
Very soon. We await only the last deliveries from our suppliers. Step aboard.